Hey everyone, welcome to In the Beyond. Today I'm back channeling another timeless pick-a card, and I'm going to be channeling a message from the Dreamtime. And the Dreamtime comes from the ancient indigenous people from Australia. It has to do with the ancient creative energy and spiritual energy, and can be thought of as the other world and the realm outside of time and space. So I wanted to channel a message from the Dreamtime. We have 3 piles to choose from today. With group 1, we have the waterfall card, as well as this seashell. For group 2, we have the clapsticks, as well as this double terminated clear quartz. And for pile number 3, we have the carpet snake, as well as this peach agate. So take as much time as you need to see which crystal and which card is really calling to you, and that is going to be the pile that has a message for you today. So you will find your timestamp below in the description box. And yeah, let's get into this reading. Let's see what's in the cards, and let's go in the beyond. Hey, pile 1, if you guys are drawn to the seashell as well as the waterfall card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what message the Dreamtime has for you today. So you were drawn to this card, and it does say release. So I think the Dreamtime is speaking about a need for a period of releasing for you, letting go of things, letting go of old emotions, letting go of old patterns, letting yourself express whatever is needed to be expressed at this time, and letting energy just flow through you. But yeah, let's pull some more tarot and oracle cards for you guys as well. What does the Dreamtime need pile 1 to know? What is the message from the Dreamtime for my pile 1? Yeah, I'm just hearing like purifying, letting the rains, letting the water aid you in purification and cleansing and letting go and releasing. We have 8 of Cups here, yeah. The 6 of Thunder. The 4 of Cups. The Seed of Wands. The High Priestess. And the Empress. Okay, this is very beautiful. The element of water is supporting you right now in helping you to release whatever it is you need to release. That could be self-doubt, that could be negative thinking, that could be any negative emotions that you feel like you have. That could just be releasing any relationship that is toxic. It can be a toxic habit or a pattern or a negative thinking pattern. It could really be anything. It could be one of those, it could be a few. Whatever it is you need to release, it is definitely time, and you're being called to release. You're being called to use the energy of water to help you purify and cleanse your own energy. You're being called to step onto a new path and to do something different and to let something go and release something. So that will be different for everyone here. It could be a relationship, it could be just patterns and habits, it could be a career path, it could really be anything. The Dreamtime is telling you it is time to let go, it is time to release. And you really have the element of water deeply supporting you. I was really drawn to have the seashell with your pile. I was intuitively, told that your pile really needed the seashell. and the element of water is just strongly supporting you at this time. We have 8 of Cups, and we have this beautiful whale. We have 4 of Cups, all representing the element of water, all speaking about the deep spiritual energy that water holds. Water is sacred. Water holds memory. Water is life. Water is this ancient, mysterious force that gives life. And the dream time is really connected to the ancient time of creation, of when the earth was being created, when Australia specifically was being created. And it speaks of a time of the spirits in the landscape, which you can still find today. And the spirit and the energy of water is strongly supporting you at this time in your life. You might be grieving the loss or an ending of a, relationship or a way of being or a career path, something I feel like has ended recently in your life, and you're really being asked to release emotions around that grief, release emotions in a steady flowing way to where you're not holding things in to where it's negatively affecting you. You are releasing, you're letting yourself express yourself, you're letting your emotions flow through you, however that resonates with you. I feel you are very connected to your intuition right now. You're really being called to connect deeply into your own, watery energy, connecting to the mysteries inside of yourself, connect to your own abilities to cleanse and purify and release, to see those things in the shadows and bring light to them so you can start to release them, whether that's the root cause of negative thinking, if that's the root cause of a habit or a disempowering thought or belief. I feel like there's something around maybe stories you've been telling yourself about what you deserve or what you're worthy of, and it's time to maybe re-examine those things, step onto a new path, a path of, clarity and embodiment, and a path where you feel very empowered and very worthy. I think there's a lot about self-worth coming out, and there's a lot about releasing negative emotions as well. I kind of see you as the High Priestess and the Empress at this time. I think there's a lot of energy around you supporting you from the unseen realm and from, the darkness, as well as from that spring energy of rebirth. I see like this beautiful, flourishing energy that you will be stepping into as you release what is ready to be released. Release the things that are no longer serving you. Release, the patterns, the habits, the relationships that have maybe become more stale or more toxic. That's really what I'm seeing. Really letting the element of water come into your life strongly for cleansing and purification. So maybe if you can get to a body of water, if you can maybe sit on your porch during a rainstorm, or if you can just take more showers or baths, however you can connect deeper with water, I think would be very beneficial for you at the current, at your current stage. I'm being called to this card. But yeah, more advice and information for my group 1. Messages from the Dreamtime for group 1, please. And I look at the bottom of the deck and it's sea creatures with immersion, just letting me know like this is part of your destiny right now, to connect to the waters right now, connect to the deep waters of your soul, connect to your intuition, connect to the your unconscious. What are in the depths of your unconscious? What is in the depths of your soul right now? What is ready to be released and expressed? I'm even feeling like you might be able to release past life, almost like trauma or things like that you've been carrying around for many lifetimes, whether that's negative emotions, grief, or limiting patterns and behaviors that maybe you've been carrying around for many different lifetimes. I feel like you're being really supported right now to release these things. Release past energies that are maybe holding you back or allowing you to be maybe causing you stagnation and not allowing you to be in flow. It's all about finding your flow state again, finding a good give and take, finding a good smooth releasing energy, if that makes sense to you, like allowing yourself to release when you need to, not keeping things inside. But yeah, let's see what else is coming out. We have the tree people with sustenance. Definitely supported by all of the elements and Mother Earth as well as Grandmother Ocean. We have the owl here, and we have the owl here as well with High Priestess. You are very supported by the unseen right now. You're supported by, honestly, I'm getting like the shadow. You're supported by these ancient energies, represented by the nocturnal animals and by, by the darkness. This is speaking about re-examining things in the unconscious and subconscious. And for me, the unconscious kind of also represents past lives and things that your soul remembers that maybe your physical, ego self doesn't really remember. But I'm getting this like deep sense of like it's time for you to tap into past life memories. It's time for you to tap into the memories of your childhood and this past life, so to speak. I'm really drawn to all of these swirls and spirals in this card, and that is just giving me the same energy as the waterfall card. It's time to find movement and flow. So bringing flow and movement to, your unconscious self, bringing flow and movement to your repressed emotions is all about, stepping onto a new path, bringing in the flow, bringing in the movement, and really aligning with rebirth energy as well. And for other oracle cards, we have the Death card here, transmigration, bringing in flow to those past life memories. Yeah. And we also have Earth with nurture. Really beautiful mixture of earth and water energies coming out in all these cards, which I'm not surprised as I'm channeling, the Dreamtime, which is when the earth was, being created, when the elements were very primordial and really connected to spirit, as they still are. But it's like this very deep ancient earth and water energies coming through. And it's all about your personal transformation and finding the light and bringing consciousness and light and awareness to all of the things that are ready to be released. So like all of the past life patterns that you are holding within you, all of the codes, all of the genetic codes of ancestral trauma, all of the genetic codes of disempowerment. You are being called to re-examine them, bring your light of consciousness to them, travel into your unconscious realms, past life, ancestral memories, so you can re-examine them and you can transmute anything that is ready to be transmuted. You are ready to release anything that's ready to be released. You are ready to, leave these things in the past for good. You're not going to bring these negative habits or beliefs into your future life or into future incarnations as well. And I'm getting this strong sense of deeply past life energy through these cards as I'm channeling. I feel like this is almost a representation of you, a representation of you manifesting a new world, a new reality around yourself. You really you know, stepping into a new way of being, you really leaving any disempowering thoughts in the past, whether it be addictions, whether it be just self-doubt and a lack of self-confidence. It could be anything. But you're ready to release something very specific, and you are ready to start creating a new, more fertile world around yourself, represented by this Earth card with nurture and the Empress card as well. So you have this very beautiful mix of, you know, the light and the dark, the shadow, the consciousness, you know, going deep, 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 deep with High Priestess and the Death card. Really re-examining, as I was saying, past life trauma, ancestral genetic trauma, re-examining these limiting beliefs, these toxic patterns, these almost, you know, feeling bad for ourselves or being lost in grief, being focused on what we don't have. You're ready to re-examine all of that. You are ready to leave it in the past. You are ready to step onto a new beautiful path, and the new beautiful path is a beautiful rebirth and a spring energy, as I said, represented by Earth and the Empress. So yeah, that's what I'm really seeing for you guys, group 1. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I always love to read the comments, and I truly love doing these readings. Yeah, just thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey, pile 2, if you guys were drawn to the double terminated clear quartz, as well as the clapstick card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what message the Dreamtime has for you today. So the clapsticks are an ancient tool for creating sound and vibration and music and rhythm. They're very connected to dancing, music, and ritual. And the card also says reverberations. So I think your message will have to do with vibration, maybe sending out your vibration through time and space. But let's see by pulling some more tarot cards. Group 2, what does the Dreamtime? What is the message the Dreamtime has for group 2? Group 2. What does group 2 need to know? I'm feeling a feeling around community and connection as well, because, you know, making music and ritual is very much a communal activity. We have the Root of Wands, the Seed of Thunder, the Emperor, the World, yeah. Ooh, Six of Thunder, the Lover's card. We also have Four of Thunder. This is very, very interesting. There is also another message. The clapsticks are very connected to intergenerational learning. They're very connected to the ancestors, to awakening our pride and our heritage, to awakening the knowledge of our ancestors that are in our DNA. Yeah, I'm getting this message here for you guys, group 2. The Dreamtime wants to speak to you about you sending out your unique vibration, your creative energy, the energy in your solar plexus, out into the universe, out into, you know, our time and space reality. You know, sending your vibration out into the world, sending who you are out into the light. Sharing your unique gifts, sharing your unique insight out into the world, sharing your creativity, your passions, sharing your own heritage, your own lineage, your own kind of ancestral teachings out into the world. So that could be you know, connecting to the traditions of your culture, their rituals, you know, their music, their artwork, their cuisine, you know, kind of sharing that with more people, sharing that with a wider group, if that's something that resonates with you. If not, I think the message is about activating like the DNA inside of yourself, inside of your body, accessing that wisdom, that clarity, and sending out, you know, that wisdom, those vibrations, sending those out into the world so you can help people connect with deep ancestral wisdom and teachings as well. I'm gonna pull a few more tarot cards to get like a deeper message here, because there's like a few different ways the cards are speaking right now. Any more messages for my pile 2, please, Spirit? Messages from the Dreamtime for pile 2. What does pile 2 need to know from the Dreamtime? Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think it's about sharing knowledge and wisdom, because I just saw the Healer of Air with Rosemary. This is about, you know, sharing our very ancient wisdom out into the world. You might have a heritage that is very connected to certain wisdom traditions, whether that's a deep connection to the land, to plant knowledge, to self-expression, creativity, ritual, arts. It could be anything like that. Maybe connecting to your own lineage, you will find new rituals and new ways of sending that wisdom and information out into the world. But we also have here the Ace of Water, the Daughter of Fire with Poppy, the Ace of Air with Yarrow, beautiful, the Nine of Air, and the Moon with the Datura. So yeah, very strong ancestral messages are coming through in this reading. The ancestors are speaking. The ancestors are vibrating and reverberating out through time and space, and they want to work with you. If you don't already work with ancestors, they would like to work with you. They would like to share knowledge with you. We have knowledge around rituals here, of magic, of herbalism. They have a lot to teach you. Your ancestral lineage, your DNA, the knowledge you hold as, you know, a person of your lineage. Yeah, it's funny. I was getting that like energy around community, and I think you're being called to connect to your ancestors and, you know, the lineage and the heritage and the community you might find as you connect deeper to your ancestors. We have the Ace of Water and the Ace of Air. Aces are a very good sign that spirit is working with you and that you have a lot of spiritual energy supporting you. So there's a lot of luck and blessings around you as you connect deeper to ancestors and your own, you know, like I was saying, ancestral traditions and rituals and things like that. Maybe there is a craft that your ancestors did, whether that was things like, you know, sewing, weaving, crochet, or dyeing fabric. Maybe there's things for you to discover in the crafts of your ancestors. Perhaps it's the music of your ancestors and the instruments that your ancestors played. Perhaps it's the cuisine your ancestors made. Or it could be the magic and the ritual practices of your ancestors and of your lineage. There could be sacred rituals that are still remembered through your line. Things like holidays and celebrations, things like magical healing rituals, things like that. It really could be anything along those lines, or anything that you feel is an ancestral connection. There's some wisdom that your ancestors want to share with you, so you can in turn reverberate that wisdom out into the world as a whole. And that's really represented by the moon card. The moon card, this is all about mystery. Datura is a very mysterious plant with some, I think it's categorized as a delirium, which has some mild hallucinogenic properties, if I'm remembering correctly. And this is just a plant of a lot of mystery and wisdom. Ancient cultures have used Datura for their ceremonies and rituals. I know ancient tribes in North America specifically have used Datura for their rituals, and you can even research. There are some vessels with this beautiful flower painted on the outside of them, signifying that Datura was held inside of these vessels. And science has actually proven there were trace amounts of this herb in those vessels. So there's a very mysterious energy coming through in this reading. Mystery and wisdom is wanting to be shared with you. And also ancient things, very ancient knowledge, very ancient ceremonies, wisdom, practices, things like that. So yeah, let's pull a few more oracle cards to see if anything else wants to come out for you guys. Group 2. Message from the Dreamtime for my group 2. Ooh, we have Upper World coming out first. Anything else that wants to come out for group 2? What is a message for my group 2? Message for my group 2. Protection. Ooh, beautiful energy. And the Tree of Life with conception. Okay, so we have the Upper World here coming out first, and we have this beautiful full moon and the zodiac wheel being represented. This is really giving me the energy of prophetic insights, insights through dreaming, insights through connecting to the mysteries of the moon, of our ancestral knowledge, of past life knowledge as well. I think there's a lot for you guys to discover around your destiny and around your past that will help you to see your future more clearly. I'm really getting a sense of prophetic vision from this card. With the Tree of Life and conception, this is giving me deep ancestral energy here, with the seed turning into the tree, so to speak. So the Tree of Life, I feel like, is being represented. Oh my goodness, it says Tree of Life. Sorry, I'm just channeling and I forgot to look there. Maybe I said it, but that was an interesting how that the energies were just so strong. I lost myself for a second. But yes, okay, so Tree of Life, conception, the oak, the acorn to the oak tree. This is kind of representing the ancestors and their dreams of the future. And you are represented by their future dreams. You are who they dreamed of to be here at this time. You know, everything is connected, our past, our present, our future. You know, time doesn't really exist in the dream time. All time is happening all the time. Time is non-linear. We just perceive it as linear. I feel like you are the ancestor that your ancestors dreamed of. There's something special about you. They hold you very sacred. You have kind of chosen to work with them, or in the future you will choose to work with ancestors. We have medicine shield with protection here. The ancestors are very much protecting you, holding space for you, allowing you to discover yourself and who you are, and allowing you to journey in this life. But you also have this almost divine purpose that you kind of set out to do in this lifetime. And it's very tied to your ancestors. This is going to be different for everyone here in this group, but like I was saying, it's very connected to your ancestors, their traditions, their heritage. You have a very unique destiny with connection to ancestral heritage. So take that as it resonates. That will be different for everyone here, but I feel like you do know what it is. Whether it's a talent, a skill you have, whether it is magic and ceremonies and indigenous knowledge that you have learned from ancestors. And there is this beautiful message around time coming out, because look, we have this beautiful bloom in all stages of its blooming, from tight bud to small amounts of unfurling to this blossoming and to this full bloom. With the tree of life, we have the seed represented, and it will grow into the mighty oak. So they're talking about stages of growth. They're talking about cycles, and they're talking about you fulfilling a specific destiny. So keep all that in mind. That's really what I'm seeing for you guys, group 2. If this message did resonate with you, please leave me a comment letting me know which aspects and how this resonated. I always love to know. If you did like this reading, please like and subscribe as well. Thank you all just so much for joining me today. I sincerely love doing these readings, and I really hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey Pile 3, if you guys were drawn to the peach agate as well as the carpet snake card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what message the Dreamtime has for you today. So this card, it says home, and it speaks about having sacred alone time. It speaks about finding your sacred space where you can just be uniquely yourself, where you can kind of retreat from the world, curl up, rest, and relax. The carpet snake is also non-venomous, and it can sometimes hibernate around people's homes and often help out by feeding on like rodents and things like that. So it's a welcomed guest, and it also really speaks about a need for sacred rest and solitude. So let's pull some more cards for you guys to see a deeper message from the Dreamtime. Group 3, what is the Dreamtime's message for group 3? Message from the Dreamtime for group 3. We have strength. We have Ace of Stones. Ace of Cups. Ooh, 4 of Thunder, yeah. This is beautiful. Ace of Stones and Ace of Cups coming out in the same reading is a beautiful sign. It's a beautiful energy of, earth and water, and the aces are always very much aligned with divine inspiration, with blessings, with luck and good fortune coming to you. 4 of Thunder, this card always speaks about rest as well, a need to rest, to lie back, to rest, relax, rejuvenate. With the Strength card, I'm really being drawn to how the whale is kind of almost, not quite, but almost kind of resting on its back in a way. And its back is kind of draped with this beautiful rainbow. So I'm getting like a real sense that it's a perfect time for you guys to focus on rest and relaxation. Focus on time out. Focus on having a sacred space that is just yours. A space, maybe a room or a corner in your home where it's carved out just for you. So you can be your most authentic self, so you can have privacy, so you can kind of connect to that alone time that I think you really, really desperately need. I think you need to be kind of held by rest and solitude right now. I'm going to pull some more cards as well to see if anything else wants to come out from the tarot. Any other messages from the Dreamtime for group 3? Messages from the Dreamtime for group 3. Yeah, I think the elements of earth and water are also supporting you at this time. The deep ancient energies of Mother Earth and the sacred waters, I think, are very supportive of you right now, taking this rest and relaxation and really finding yourself again. Ooh, we have the 7 of Earth with oak. We have the Chariot with cedar. Interesting. We have the 5 of air with white sage, 8 of water with valerian, and the World with Pachamama. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm just being called to show you guys these 2 cards next to each other. There's a lot of green and blue in the snake card. And we have obviously the green and blue here. And with the World card, I'm just drawn to all the green and then the bright blues here. So like I was saying, the ancient earth energy is really supporting you, and the ancient water energy is supporting you as well. And I'm getting a feeling of like the water energy is more of the fresh water, the spring water. It's not as much like the ocean energy as much. And I'm just saying that because I'm really being called to goddess energy in this pile, like earth goddess and spring water goddess. The snake, non-venomous snakes are often very connected to goddess energy and fertility energy, life-giving energy here. So I think you kind of are being supported by these ancient energies. If you work with goddesses, I think it's a confirmation. You might also just be very close to nature and working with the elements as well, working with Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. But yeah, there is this like strong energy here talking about a need for rest and relaxation, rejuvenation, and a strong sense of a sacred space. So like it could even be a sacred like spiritual space that you need. It could be like having a sacred temple in a corner of your home, having a sacred altar. There's this need for this like sacred space. Maybe you've been contemplating, should I have an altar? Should I, dive deeper into the spiritual work of goddess energy? Should I dive deeper into spiritual work of maybe ancestor or, the elements? We do have the 2 aces here, so I think that could be very beneficial for you guys. That could aid you on your journey right now, deepening your spiritual practices. And I'm saying that because we do have the Chariot card, and in this deck, the Chariot is represented by the energy of cedar. Cedar is representing the Chariot because the cedar plant is a very spiritual energy. It's a very spiritual plant. It's held sacred to the tribes where cedar grows, and cedar is used for canoes as well, so that is why the Chariot represents cedar. It's about a spiritual journey. You're being called on a spiritual journey, and I think that journey is going to start by you taking some time out for rest and reflection, taking some time out to find yourself and your journey as you connect to sacred solitude and connect to sacred spaces. Like I said, we have oak. Oak is also a very spiritual tree. If you're familiar with the folklore and the traditions of the Druids, oak was one of their most sacred trees. It's very connected to fertility. It's very connected to the energy of time father time, I believe, of growth, of cycles. So you are being very supported by these two strong, very spiritual trees that have rich histories and mythologies and ancient cultures. And the dream time is just bringing out all of these spiritual energies through these cards. The Eight of Water with Valerian, this card is speaking about what Four of Thunder is speaking about, and the Carpet Snake, they're talking about your sacred space, your most private space, your intimate space at home for sacred rest and relaxation. This tea is on a bedside table overlooking a beautiful moon. It's very calm, it's very peaceful. This is speaking about your need for rest, relaxation, a sacred space, maybe an altar. Like we were talking about, a spiritual journey. The moon, lighting things up, spiritual insights will be coming to you as you connect with your altar, as you connect to your sacred space, whether that's, you know, just having a room where you have a corner that is for your altar, or you have a corner for your meditations, or whether you have your bed as your sacred space, which I sometimes do. I hold my bed very sacred. Dreaming is a very important practice for me, so I keep my bed very you know, tidy, clean. I keep the energy there as best as I can, purified and cleansed, and that's one of my sacred spaces, is my bed. So you're really being called to deepen your spiritual journey, your practices. You're really being called to find a sacred space, have a sacred altar, or just have a space for rest, relaxation, and contemplation. My apologies. We also have white sage coming out. Now, white sage is a very sacred herb to the indigenous people of North America. As of this time, white sage, I believe, is possibly endangered because of overharvesting. But as you see, white sage is being grown in a pot right here. Now, this is beautiful because white sage is such a spiritual plant. It has the abilities to clear negative energy. It's very good for meditation. It's very good for contemplation. If you love white sage and you love using it for meditating and for your rituals and things like that, you might be being called to have a little garden of white sage so that you can still enjoy it while not harming this beautiful ancestral plant that has a very ancient and rich history. So that's just a message for a few people here, but the main message is talking about this plant is very spiritual in the same way as cedar is and as oak is. It's a magical ancient plant with its own folklore, mythology, and traditions. So yeah, you're just really being called to start up a spiritual practice or go deeper into your spiritual practice, have sacred space, so you can feel like, you know, when the world becomes overwhelming, you have somewhere to retreat, you have a safe space to go, you have, you know, your connection to spirit that you can ground into the physical. Whether that is, you know, your spiritual space is your garden, or if it's an altar, or if it's your meditation cushion, I think, or even your bed, I think you're really being called to have that grounding, safe space of a spiritual connection with a bridge from the physical to the spiritual, like in your home, or whether, you know, you're just really resonating with, you need a break, you need to shut off from the outside world, you need a break from the overwhelming chaotic energy of the outside world, and you need to relax and rest. Take the message that is resonating with you. You will know during this reading what is resonating the deepest. But yeah, let's get some more messages for you guys from the dream time of my pile 3. What does pile 3 need to know right now? What does my pile 3 need to know right now from the dream time? we have water with expression. Yes, I was really feeling like you guys were really connected to water, like I was saying. And in this card, we have this representation of waterfall. This is giving me that similar energy of like the fresh water, the fresh spring, the goddess energy of fresh water. I think some of you might be seriously working with goddess energy, and this is a confirmation of that, but you're definitely very supported by the element of water and earth. If you can, maybe traveling to a body of water could be very helpful and enlightening for you, connecting deep into the earth as well. Water and earth, balancing those things, like gardening and connecting to a body of water, getting out in nature, getting out into the forest, because we have these trees here. Really connecting to rain, to fresh water, to earth, to forest. These things are really going to help you right now on your journey at this time. We also have stone people knowing. Wow, I am honestly kind of surprised. Like, this is really representing the mineral kingdom to me, obviously, stone people. Which is sorry, the messages are coming in really fast. The mineral kingdom, crystals, earth, dirt, earth and water is what is supporting you at this time. Connect deeper to those elements, connect deeper to the ancients, the ancestors, to your spiritual practice. If you feel called to, if you wanted to create an altar, you could have a little bit of dirt, of soil on your altar representing earth. Or you could have minerals, rocks on your altar, as well as maybe having a little bowl of fresh water as well. That is going to help you to tap in deeper to these elemental energies, connecting more physically with them as well through nature will help you on your journey. But yeah, definitely this is about a spiritual journey, about doing more rituals to connect deeper into our spirituality, rituals, altars, things like that. And yeah, really just taking the time to rest and reflect deeper into who we are and, you know, contemplate our journey, our spiritual journey. And lastly, we have medicine shield with protection. And this card just lets me know, like, it's giving me the same energy that the two aces were giving. You are very connected to spirit right now. You are very protected by spirit. You're very protected by ancestors as well. So yeah, this was a very beautiful energy that came out, group 3. Thank you guys so much for being here today. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe and give me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I really love to read the comments. I love doing these readings. Just thank you guys so much for being here today, and I hope to see you in one of my next readings.